Your mind keeps returning to them, not because you decided to, not because you planned it, not because anything happened today to remind you. You just find yourself there again, thinking about them, feeling something you cannot quite name, wondering why they keep appearing in your thoughts when you have given yourself every reason to move on. That pull is real, and it is telling you something important. There is nothing wrong with you for this. That is the first thing you need to understand, and it matters more than anything else that will be said here. When someone stays in your thoughts without a clear reason, without a trigger, without a logical explanation you can point to, that is not weakness. That is not obsession. That is not you failing to heal at the right speed or in the right way. Psychology shows us something deeper is happening beneath the surface, something your conscious mind did not choose and cannot simply override by deciding to stop. Your mind is not broken. It is working exactly the way a human mind works when something unfinished, something meaningful, something real lives inside it. The thoughts that return without reason are always the ones attached to something your heart has not yet had the chance to fully process. Not because you are stuck, but because some connections, some people, some feelings carry a weight that does not dissolve on a timeline. And your mind, quietly and without permission, keeps going back to try to understand what it means. This is not coincidence. This is not random. What you are experiencing has a name, a shape, and a meaning, and you deserve to understand it. There is a concept in psychology called intrusive emotional recall, and it is not what most people think. It is not the mind replaying something traumatic. In its quieter form, it is the mind returning to something unresolved, not because it is damaged, but because it is still searching for completion. Your brain is wired to solve open loops. It is wired to return to incomplete stories, unspoken words, unexpressed feelings, not to torment you, but because something in you recognizes that the story was not fully told. When you think about someone without reason, your mind is not punishing you. It is trying to honor something it knows mattered. And here is what makes this even more significant. The people who appear in your thoughts without invitation are almost never the ones who meant nothing to you. Think about that for a moment. You do not find yourself randomly thinking about people who passed through your life and left no mark. The mind does not waste its energy that way. The ones who return, who surface in quiet moments, who appear in the space between waking and sleeping, those are the ones who touched something deep in you, something at the level of identity, of longing, of who you believe yourself to be and what you believe you deserve. There is also something that happens in the nervous system when a connection between two people is formed at a deep level but never fully resolved. Your nervous system does not close that file the way your rational mind tells it to. It keeps a thread open, not out of stubbornness, not out of weakness, but because the body and the mind together know that this person registered as significant. Psychologists call this unfinished emotional business, and it is one of the most honest signals your inner world can send you. It is your deeper self saying, "This meant something." Do not dismiss it just because the timing was wrong, or the words were never said, or the story ended before it was finished. Sometimes the person you cannot stop thinking about represents something you were never fully given. Safety, being truly seen, the kind of closeness that does not require you to shrink yourself down to be acceptable. And when someone in your life offered even a glimpse of that, even imperfectly, even briefly, your heart remembers it in a way your logic cannot override. That is not you chasing someone. That is you recognizing something rare. There is a difference, and it is worth sitting with. There are moments in life that some people describe as feeling like recognition, like meeting someone and having the sense, quiet but undeniable, that something about this connection was always going to happen. You may have felt that with this person. You may not have had the language for it then, but that feeling of familiarity, of something resonating deeper than surface-level chemistry, that is a real psychological phenomenon. Attachment theory tells us that certain people activate our deepest emotional templates, the ones formed long before we knew what love was supposed to look like. When someone fits that shape, even partially, even painfully, the mind does not let go easily. And that is not a flaw in you. That is the depth of you. It is also important to recognize this. The fact that you are thinking about them does not necessarily mean you need to do something about it. It does not mean you should reach out or hold on or let go or feel guilty for still caring. What it means is that something inside you is still in conversation with itself about what this person meant, what this connection taught you, and what part of you was awakened by knowing them. That internal conversation is not a problem to fix. It is a process to respect. You deserve to be chosen, not wondered about, not kept as a maybe, not placed in the in-between space where you are present enough to be leaned on but never fully claimed. You deserve someone whose certainty about you is quiet and consistent, not something you have to earn or reinterpret. The depth of feeling you carry, the way you love without conditions, the way you return to someone in your mind long after the world has told you to forget them. That is not too much. Your feelings are not too much. They are evidence of a capacity for genuine connection that not everyone possesses and that the right person will not find overwhelming. They will find it to be the most honest thing they have ever been offered. And your silence, the way you have held this privately, the way you have not forced it or demanded answers or torn something open just to feel relief. Your silence is not cowardice. It is one of the most quietly courageous things a person can do. It is self-protection dressed in patience. It is wisdom that looks like waiting, but is actually you trusting yourself enough not to act from pain. If these words have reached you today, know that you are not alone in this. So many people carry this same quiet weight, the thoughts that return without reason, the feelings that refuse to follow a schedule, the heart that keeps a door open long after the mind has said enough. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are human, deeply and beautifully human. If this resonated with you, please subscribe to Psychology Wisdom. This channel exists for people who feel things deeply and need a space that takes that seriously. Like this video if it helped you feel a little less alone, and come back anytime you need to be reminded that what you feel is real, it is valid, and it matters. We are here.